You wake up at the crack of dawn, camp outside a store, and maybe even throw an elbow or two for that 50% off TV. But as you stand there victorious, did you really save money, or did you just get played? This is the big secret of Black Friday. It isn't just about deals, it's a carefully crafted cultural and economic illusion, and today we're going to break it down. You're watching Cultural Capital, where psychology, money, culture, and history meet. Because nothing is ever as simple as it looks. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where Black Friday really came from, how it evolved into this worldwide spending frenzy, and the most important part, why you often end up paying more one way or another despite all those savings. Let's get into it. So, where did the name Black Friday even come from? If you think it's about stores finally turning a profit for the year, going from in the red to in the black, well, that's a nice story, but it's a marketing rewrite, not the full truth. The real origin is much grittier. The term was first used by Philadelphia police officers in the 1950s and 60s. For them, the day after Thanksgiving was a nightmare. It brought massive crowds of suburban shoppers and tourists pouring into the city for the annual Army-Navy football game. The result? Unbelievable traffic jams, crowded sidewalks, and a spike in shoplifting. The cops called it Black Friday because it was a long, difficult, and utterly chaotic day. They couldn't take the day off and had to work extra long shifts to manage the mayhem. City retailers initially hated the term. It sounded negative, like something you'd associate with a market crash, not a happy shopping day. And funnily enough, the term Black Friday had been used before to describe a financial disaster, the 1869 gold market crash. So the negative connotation was already there, but marketers are brilliant at reframing a narrative. By the late 1980s, retailers had successfully spun the story into the one we know today. The day their accounting books finally went from red ink to black. It's a tale of success and profitability, a much happier image than one of traffic jams and overwhelmed police. That rebranding was a stroke of genius, turning a local headache into a national celebration of consumerism. So how do we get from a Philly traffic jam to a global phenomenon where people line up for hours? It was a slow, deliberate evolution. Retailers saw an opportunity in that post-Thanksgiving rush. They realized they could turn this one chaotic day into the official, unofficial kickoff to the holiday shopping season. They started offering special promotions to lure people in. This is where the psychological warfare began. Enter the doorbuster. A ridiculously cheap item, but only available in very limited quantities, and only for the first few people in the door. This single tactic created a sense of extreme urgency and competition. It trained us, the consumers, to associate chaos with savings. The image of people running through the doors became free advertising, a visual testament to how incredible the deals must be. Then came the limited time offers and the constant barrage of sale ends today messaging. This triggers a powerful psychological bias known as FOMO, the fear of missing out. Your brain tells you that if you don't act now, you'll lose this unique opportunity forever. It doesn't matter if you needed the item in the first place. The fear of missing the deal becomes the primary motivator, and it worked. Black Friday exploded in the US, and then, like a cultural export, it went global. Suddenly, countries that don't even celebrate American Thanksgiving like the UK, Brazil, France, and Australia were having Black Friday sales. It detached completely from its holiday origins and became a purely commercial event, a worldwide symbol of hyper-consumerism. Now for the big illusion. Why does it feel like such a good deal when often it really isn't? This is where retailers masterfully manipulate our psychology. First, let's talk about the prices themselves. A 2024 study found that many Black Friday discounts are based on an inflated manufacturer suggested retail price, or MSRP, that the item was never actually sold at. Retailers might raise the price of an item in the weeks leading up to Black Friday, only to slash it back down to its original price for the sale. It looks like a 40% discount, but you're just paying what it was worth a month ago. Some products sold on Black Friday are even what's called derivative models. A TV manufacturer, for example, might create a specific model just for the sale event. It looks almost identical to a higher-end model, but it's made with cheaper components, fewer features, or a lower quality screen. You think you're getting a top-tier product at a bargain, but you're actually getting a lower-tier product at its regular price. Beyond the numbers, the environment of Black Friday is engineered to make you overspend. When you see crowds of people grabbing items off the shelves, it triggers something called social proof. Your brain assumes that if everyone else is buying, it must be a good deal, and you should get in on the action too. It's a herd mentality. You're not just buying a product. You're participating in a shared cultural event. This leads to the hidden costs. The biggest one is impulse buying. You go in for a new coffee maker and walk out with 3 sweaters, a drone you'll never fly, and a basket of scented candles. These weren't on your list. You didn't need them. But the urgency and the deal atmosphere made you feel like you had to have them. A 2025 holiday report by Scarcity noted that a significant number of shoppers admit to making impulse purchases they later regret. That's buyer's remorse, and it's a huge hidden cost of Black Friday. You didn't save $50. You wasted $50 on something you didn't need. The economic and ethical impacts of this frenzy are enormous. On a macro level, Black Friday spending is often seen as an economic indicator. Strong sales can signal high consumer confidence, while weak sales might point to worries about inflation or a potential recession. But this focus on consumption has a dark side. Think about the environmental cost. Black Friday fuels the fast fashion industry and the culture of disposability. Millions of products, often cheaply made, are produced, shipped across the globe in mountains of packaging, used for a short time, and then end up in a landfill. The waste generated from just this one weekend is staggering. From cardboard boxes to plastic wraps and unwanted electronics, our quest for deals is creating mountains of trash. Then there's the human cost. For retail and warehouse workers, the holiday season, starting with Black Friday, is a period of immense stress. They face incredibly long hours, often in chaotic and high-pressure environments, dealing with frantic and sometimes aggressive customers. The pressure to stock shelves, manage crowds, and fulfill a massive surge in online orders takes a significant toll on their well-being. This intense demand ripples all the way down the supply chain, often impacting factory workers in other countries who are pushed to meet impossible production deadlines. But things are changing. The power dynamic is starting to shift. Black Friday is no longer just a single day. Retailers, seeing the potential, have stretched it out. Now we have Black Week, or even Cyber Month. The deals start earlier and last longer. This actually works in your favor. It diffuses the sense of urgency. When a sale lasts for 2 weeks, that frantic buy now or lose out forever feeling begins to fade. You have more time to think, compare prices, and decide if you actually need the item. The rise of online shopping has also given you, the consumer, more power than ever before. You're no longer trapped in a physical store, surrounded by manufactured chaos. From your couch, you can use price comparison tools to check an item's price history. Was it cheaper 3 months ago? Is another retailer selling it for less? You can read reviews, research derivative models, and make a truly informed decision, free from the pressure of a frantic crowd. This is how you reclaim control. You can beat the system at its own game. First, make a list. Know exactly what you want to buy before the sales even start. Second, do your research. Track the prices of those items in October and early November. You'll know immediately if a deal is genuine. Third, set a firm budget and stick to it. Don't let the allure of an unplanned bargain derail your financial goals. And finally, ask yourself the most important question. Am I using this discount, or is this discount using me? So let's recap what we've uncovered. Black Friday began not as a celebration of profit, but as a term used by Philadelphia police to describe chaos. It was transformed by decades of savvy marketing into a global shopping event built on powerful psychological triggers like FOMO and social proof. And the illusion of savings often hides the reality of inflated prices, derivative products, and impulse purchases that lead to regret and waste. But you have the power to see through the illusion. By planning, researching, and questioning the marketing hype, you can make these sales work for you, not the other way around. Because here's the final thought. A deal feels good for a few seconds. But the feeling of real financial control, of making smart, intentional choices, that lasts far, far longer. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown valuable, give this video a like and consider subscribing to Cultural Capital for more breakdowns into the systems that shape our world. We'll see you in the next one.